Welcome to my podcast, Talk About Everything and All About Nothing. This is Thing to Look At. And I'm here tonight with my co-host, who's also my PA, who I love and love to talk about. I'm not Shay. Say what's up.
Hi, I'm Antonio, the PA / do it right man.
What? Are we talking loud? We're not lying on this podcast.
What is?
I ain't figured out what you done right yet. I'm waiting.
Honestly, I do it all.
He do something all. I'll tell you one thing he do right well. Sleep.
Up and be unemployed.
He can do. He got their hands down. This sleep thing. If you don't touch him, he won't wake up. I'm talking about he won't even wake up to eat or feed himself.
But I am a jack of all trades.
He truly is a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
I'll talk about him. So tonight we're gonna talk about some difficulties we had with equipment. Which, if I should have did a bloopers reel, I swear it was horrible. And we're gonna talk about what went on in our lives this week and talk about different things that even happened at the slaughterhouse and some lost and love this week. Because I'm talking to Antonio and one of his friends' mother had passed away and they celebrated her birthday.
Yes, one of my best friend's mother passed away last year, and her birthday came around, and we went and visited her grave. And we had a little picnic out at the grave with the dead folks, and it was
too soon. In my case, I don't know.
It was
because it's not like
it was just
daycare.
It was just as sad as you can imagine. And you do try to make light of.
I was mad if they did care. How the hell they gonna eat at my grave? Don't bring me nothing. Pour out some liquor for me or something.
Absolutely, pour a shot.
Shot. At the cemetery.
You do try to make light of situations like that, but you can't really.
You really can't.
You can't be humorous.
I
without coming off like
being an ass or a jerk. Yeah, I really can't. I can be humorous. I hope, like I said, but I'm at a certain age where if me in my life, even though I'm not that old, but if anything happened to me, and I know it would devastate my family, but I would be 100 okay, because I know I did my best for my kids and my marriage, and Mr. Marcus and Peanut are probably the most heartbroken people that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think Al and Laura and Mick Big.
They would all move it together.
They would pull it together, but I don't.
The day you pass, like the next day I'm coming after you. Like I'm on the way.
No, he's not.
I'm on the way.
Because who's gonna do my fabulous funeral but him? There's nobody to do it.
I'll write it in my will.
I need all the. I want women in high heels and men too if they want to wear theirs, but. I want some dancing and I want some gospel singing. I want come on in the room. I want that hard on your knees, clapping hard, tambourine kind of.
I actually have to jump in your casket. I have to be like that person at the funeral.
And I need somebody videotaping this because I want to be like the kind of funeral. We talked about funerals a lot this week, and I know people think they're just talking about funerals and laughing about. But you people do not believe we go to these funerals and. Every time we go, it'd be amazing. How about the fight at your grandfather's funeral, Peanut? Was that not the best funeral ever?
Honestly, I can't talk about funerals without talking about
the fight that took place at your grandfather's. No, at your grandmother's funeral.
At my grandma's funeral.
No, at your grandfather's funeral, and that didn't happen until y'all got to the repast.
Yes, in the sketchiest church.
The church was made out of an old silo.
Yeah, it was,
and it still was a silo on the outside. And they added some church doors and put some wood benches in. And praise be the Lord. Here's the church.
It honestly made me believe in the saying, "You can't pick your family." Because if you could, I wouldn't have chosen.
You would have chosen your family.
Not my dad's side now.
I don't know. They very entertaining to me. Like I said, who has a fight at a funeral as the funeral is going on?
Yes.
talking about the money already. Wait, the lady ain't even out. She's still in the church. Her
If
body
she
right
could
over there.
roll over in her grave, she would have.
she pretty much could have. And like I said, my father, when my grandmother passed away, my dad and my uncle was so intoxicated. One of them slid out his chair. So I am no better, but I would pick my dad every time, every single time. So
your grandmother is still alive.
My grandmother is not alive. My grandmother passed away when you were little. You thinking about my mom's mom, about my dad's mom.
Oh, I was like, I thought there was something you needed to tell me. I was like, did Dad pass? And I didn't know. Like,
no, she passing probably the chips at bingo as we speak.
Absolutely.
Ned got off the phone with me the other time. They having a little party down in the lounge area. Call me back. I'm like, call you back? Ned, it's a nursing home. You have a whole cell phone. You can talk and roll.
Call me back.
Take it with you. I mean, you want me to call you back? This doesn't feel like love, Ned. So like, well, okay.
So that's something that an art that I think African American people have.
What that?
That is like so much better than other people. The art of getting off the phone. Black people are magical at how they will get off of the phone.
I want to talk about my friend Miss Michelle since we talk about getting off the phone. Yes. And I know she's gonna kill me because she said, "Don't be talking about me," but I have to talk about her because she is the best get off the phone person in the world. Because she be like, "Okay, yeah, whatever. Okay, yeah, okay, yes, okay." I said, "Oh, 3 okays. You ready?" That means she done talking. You still talking? All right, now next okay gonna be a cuss out. All right, motherfucker, I'm ready to go. That's how it's gonna end. Then y'all gonna be mad because she done said okay 3 times. So she's the best getting off the phone person. I like.
Yeah. The foolproof way that I've come up with is to say, all right. You just say, all right. Tell me you love me. And like, that's your sign to say it out.
Oh, that's the click off sign.
Yeah, tell me you love me. All right now. Bye. So
now I know, y'all. I know he been doing me like that. Now I know.
Everyone gets the same. Tell me you love me. All right.
That's like my you right, because I start telling you right. I mean, I actually stopped listening. Yeah. I stopped listening to what you're saying anymore. You right.
You right.
You right.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand that. So, what was your productive week? Because me and him got in I'm not going to say an argument today, Monday or Tuesday. It was Tuesday we had a conversation, but I had to clip the bird's wings.
Absolutely. Because this bird was free.
Yeah, it was too free. It's supposed to be a homing pigeon. It's more like a dove. I needed to be a homing pigeon. Homing pigeons, you know what they have that he don't have? Jobs. Because homing pigeons are trained to take these notes out to people and then come back. I tell Peanut free, he'll just fly on like a dove. I'm like...
You know what homing pigeons also don't have?
What's that?
Bullies. Their parents are not bullies.
I wish he stopped telling people I'm a bully. I am not a bully, y'all.
She bullies me.
I am not a bully. I told somebody the story today, but I do talk about Antonio a lot because, believe it or not, he's the next thing to being the most hilarious character in my life.
Bully.
Everybody say they think I'm really funny. Until you hang out with Antonio one day, you never know what funny is.
No.
And like I said, I told a story about when he had to go get his physical for the swim team, and we went to the health department. You want to tell the story about him?
Absolutely. So we get to the health department for my physical, and they go through all the little questions. They take my temp. Wait. They told me, you look hungry.
No, first she told you, she was like, are you sexually active? And I stopped.
Yes, and then
I wanted to see what he was going to say.
So the woman
asked me to go back out.
She asked you to step out, and she's like, yeah. So I'm like, no, I'm not sexually active. And then they asked Mom to step out, and she's like, all right, now that your parents gone, you can tell us if you're sexually active. And I was like, well, I would have just said it when she was in the room. No, I'm not sexually active. I'm sorry.
So then they asked him,
oof,
are you being fed?
Oh, yes. Are you being fed? No, the answer is no. Like, if you ever see me and think that I'm not being fed, I am the reason I am hungry. I promise.
It was so funny. So they call me. I goes back in the room and it's like people standing there looking at me, and then turns to look at me and say, "Mama," they want to know, "Are you feeding me?
Are you starving this boy?"
I said, "What the hell? Why would they think that?" And I was like, then I realized he grew up to be a small man. He was a small kid and he grew up to be just a small man. He's not much bigger than he was in high school. He might be taller, but he's not much bigger.
I promise. If I could go back to being the skinty king I was back in my high school day.
Peanut, how much you weigh?
Oof, not enough.
Not enough. Look, you know you too small when you tell yourself, "Ooh, I need to gain some weight."
Absolutely.
You ain't never heard me say that. Those words ain't never came out of my mouth. Woo. I need to gain some weight.
Oh, goodness.
I was in the living room. I was in the kitchen when he said it. I looked around the corner like, who is he talking to? Because he really do need to gain some weight. I said, well, I'm proud of himself to tell himself.
Absolutely.
Now I ain't got to see it.
Mm.
But yeah, it's like that's things that happen to us all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's been a good work week for me, you know, because the slaughterhouse is, you know, it's really my job, y'all. I really work in a slaughterhouse for people who don't think I do. I really do work in a slaughterhouse, and I do eat the product that we do make out of the time. Go product. Go. You don't eat no meat though.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't eat product.
Well, what would just the slaughterhouse you would eat from? What would it give off water? Because I don't think lettuce and celery bleeds.
The slaughterhouse I would work in would have to be, is it the Hidden Valley?
Did you just say Hidden Valley?
Hidden Valley.
Oh, this, you know. No, because you don't eat mayonnaise.
I surely don't.
So how you gonna...
So, what's the Green Giant place?
It is called the Green Giant.
Green Giant, that place.
The Green Giant. Yeah. That would be you too. That would be where you would work.
Oh God, no.
The vegetarians, you know.
No, the heated fields of Taco Bell, wherever that is. That's the slaughter.
Not real. Those, and you know this. That's not a real.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't work at Taco Bell, you lazy bum.
I surely wouldn't work at Taco Bell. I got exes from Taco Bell.
That's your fault. all kinds of your fault.
It's honestly.
I hadn't told you. I've been telling your kidnap story to people because people who don't know Peanut would. And I got a friend at work. Her name Jess. She just came back from her vacation in a I don't want to call it a third world country. It might be a third world country, but a man had up a sign said we give tours, and her girlfriends willingly ran to go with her. Like, oh, okay, let's go with her. $20 for a tour. Yay! But she had a great time. She came back, but I still call her. She gave her and her twin sister and her two friends over to white slavery for no reason.
Absolutely. Abducted. They were inducted into white slavery.
They gave themselves up, so I don't know how they weren't kidnapped because they volunteered.
Ooh, oh my goodness.
What?
Speaking of white slavery.
Speaking of white slavery.
Yeah.
You have a joke for that?
I do.
What is it?
Have you heard in the news about the actress from The Unbreakable, Kimmy Schmidt on YouTube?
The dark-haired girl.
The redhead on Netflix.
I thought she was I thought she was dark hair.
No, she was a ginger. She's from The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt on Netflix.
Oh.
Yeah, it's come out recently that she was a KKK princess.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did see that, and I was like, "Are we cheering this headphone?"
Ellie Kemper is her name. Ellie Kemper. She's come out recently.
But you had me watch another one, and a girl doesn't deserve this. What she doesn't deserve?
People are like bashing her.
Actress apologized. Participant in conventional practices.
She
was a preteen, but
she wasn't though. She was she was in college.
Well, that's still preteenish for some people. But you know what? We had what's the other girl we watched, and she was in the